G-Day, people! This is Sharpino here, welcoming you guys to the week 1 of the PMC League Battles. Today we're taking on the Grimsby Grimers, led by Coach Blue Road. Go ahead and check out his channel, link for a big description down below. Guys, I'm really nervous about this battle, honestly, because he is a really good player. He was a Season 3 champion for a reason, so hopefully, best of luck to him. But guys, I hope we can come out with a W on this one. That's all I can hope for. And I'm just, like I said, I'm really nervous right now because, like I said, he is the champion, but I can't let that affect me. I've just got to breathe, just go, and just try to just relax. And remember, this is just a fun game. Of course, it would be great if we can win as well, but, you know, it's all or nothing at this point. You know, like, it's the first round, we get things started, we try to get it right the first time. So, hopefully you guys like the new layout. Like I said, all the links for the coaches will be in the description down below. So if you want to go ahead and check out, you know, other coaches' progresses, the PMC, you can go ahead and definitely do that. I'm, like I said, just really nervous because it's the first week. And usually the first week, you make a lot of mistakes, you know, you forget things. So hopefully it doesn't happen, and hopefully we don't make any misplays. But here we go. So let's have a look at his team that he's bringing for us this week. Okay, so he has the Slowbro, the Tyranitar, the Escadrille, Megalopunny, Roserade, and Rotom. So, pretty much I expected almost all these Pokemon to come. So, as you guys know, I make notes. If you guys haven't watched me before, I do make notes as I go about doing this. So, okay, so no Raichu, so that's actually pretty good. He does have the Escadrille, which I did think he was going to bring. So, okay, so now if I was to guess which Pokemon he's going to start off with, it's a good question. See, the Escadrille being a choice scarf could be a possible issue. So I have to just play things really carefully when it comes to just seeing what he wants to do here. So, just something dropped. So if I had to guess what Pokemon he was going to start things off with, a number of options comes to mind. He can either go start with Escadrille first to scout with rocks, or just to be a full heavy hitter. Or he could use Rotom Heat and then Volt Switch and Will-O-Wisp do what he needs to do to do what he needs to do. So, I think the best option for us is to just get things started off. Okay, we have to remember the Escadrille walls Kyurem Black, so we have to make sure that Escadrille is going to be gone before we can try set up with Frostbite here. So, I'll start things off. No. We'll start with our defense first. No. We'll go Wilma first. Oh shit, we've got to quickly do this. Time. Whew, okay, we made it just in time. Okay, so best of luck to Blue Rogue and the best coach win, I guess. More likely will be him, but we'll just see how we go. So we'll get things started with Wilma because Wilma is our defensive starter, but we can go ahead and scout to see what he wants to do here. So it's interesting. It definitely is interesting. So we're going to start things off with Wilma here. Wilma the Mandibuzz, and we're going to see him start things off with Rampage. That is the Tyranitar. So we were correct. He was going to start off with a ground type of some sort. Now I kind of wish I started off with Nidoking here, but what does this want to do here? This is what's getting me though. What's getting me is I don't know what he wants to do. Something tells me I should swap into my horsepower, because if he goes for a Stone Edge, that's fine. But if he goes for rocks, we could be, you know, here and there. So I'm gonna swap into Mudsdale, expecting him to either go for the Stone Edge. If he goes for Ice Beam, we know he's a special attacking Tyranitar. So we're going to swap into Mudsdale here. Let's see what this Tyranitar wants to do. He's going to go for Stealth Rock. So, okay, so we could have predicted that, but I really felt like this was probably the best way to go here. Alright, so now that we've got this, now that we have this Rampage here, so one of two things can happen here. Either he's going to predict me to go for the Earthquake and he'll bring in Rotom Heat, which if he does, we can go for the Toxic, which I think actually might work well for us if that's the case. So I'll just go for the Toxic. If he wants to go for Slowbro, that works out as well for me. So I'm just going to go straight up for the Toxic, expecting him to go to either Slowbro or the Rotom Heat. And if he does, then it works out well for us. If he stays and goes for Ice Beam, then we pretty much reveal the strategy and we know that he's a special attacking a Torracats. So we just got to play things, but we do have a bit of special defensive investment just so that just in case we do have to go against any form of special defensive mons. So let me go ahead and make a note of this. So Stealth Rock. He's going to go ahead and withdraw here, so he's going to go and bring in Yo, which is the Slowbro. Fantastic. So we made the correct prediction. We did go ahead and go for the Toxic, and that is fantastic. So we made the right call going for that Toxic on the Slowbro there. So that is that's actually pretty good. And now the Sandstorm and the Poison's actually going to take its toll on him. So that was perfect. I could not have scouted that any better. So now that we've seen that his Slowbro is in, now one of two things can happen. Either he'll try to swap into but we need to get rid of these rocks here. This rocks is going to be a bit of an issue here. But with our Aerial not too bad, but the thing is, Aerial really can't touch the Slowbro. So, if anything, I feel like we need to get rid of these rocks. So I'm going to go ahead and swap back into LevineMa, so we could possibly try to get rid of these rocks. So these rocks are going to be a bit of a problem for us. But the fact that we managed to land Toxic on this Slowbro here was phenomenal. The fact that we managed to get that and made the right call, fantastic. So, definitely, I'm happy with that move right there. Now, if he had brought in Rotom Heat, that would have been just as fine. The only thing is going to be if his Roserade has the Aromatherapy, which I do have a feeling it will have, but I just want to make sure that, you know, we do have things good here. So we're going to go ahead and swap into LevineMa here. Now, I just want to see what the Slowbro wants to do here. Does the Slowbro, he goes for Scald. So he's going to go straight up for the Scald here. We did take that pretty well, and we're both, well, he's just going to get buffeted by that. So now we can do one of two things here. One, we can try to go for the Defog to probably get rid of the rocks, which will probably be the best way to go. Or we could go for Roost. But I don't really know what he wants to do here. I mean, he might Ice Beam on the Slowbro. Actually, I should have gone for Roost, actually. That probably would have been the better play. Is actually get rid of the, get a health back up, which actually would be a lot better. And the best part is if he wants to bring his Torracats now, which he's going to probably do right now. Yep, he's going to bring me back into Torracats right now. And he's probably just going to sit there and just try to reset the rocks. That's probably all he's going to try to do here. So, what I can do now is, I could try to go into Blue Barney. If he tries to set up the rocks again, that's fine. I'll just go ahead and go into Blue Barney and I'll just try to go for a Brick Break, which will be, you know, super effective. So he's going to go ahead and set up the rocks again, which is fine. Really, it's just a matter of whittling down the Kieran Black, which I feel like he really needs to do that. So now the question comes to, is he going to swap back into the Slowbro, or is he going to go to Rotom Heat? So I'm going to go for, it's a good question. If I go for Mega Horn and he brings the Slowbro, then we can see how much damage we do. If he goes ahead and brings in the Rotom Heat, then we obviously made a bad call, and then he gets a free Will-O-Wisp. And then it's probably going to be the end of, it will probably be the end of, my LevineMa, which I really don't want to happen. But if that's the case, I can just swap into Aerial to predict that, and then we can go for Rest, I guess, if that's the case. So at this point, do I think he's going to go for the Rotom Heat or the Mega Horn? The Rotom Heat or the Slowbro? Oh, it's a really, really, really difficult situation. So something tells me he's going to go for Rotom Heat. So I'm just going to go for Stone Age, predicting him to bring in the Rotom Heat. And if he goes for Rotom Heat, fantastic. If he doesn't, then we're obviously going to have a bit of problems. But if he brings in Rotom Heat right now, then we are looking pretty good. If he goes ahead and brings in Rotom Heat. But if he doesn't go for Rotom Heat, and brings in Slowbro, then we're in a little bit of problems. So now he's just trying to see whether we're special or physical. He might be just running some calculations. This is just nerve-wracking. Just sitting here, I'm just like, ugh, fuck, just, you know. But he may be confident, so he's going to go ahead and withdraw. Please tell me you can bring in the Rotom Heat. Tasty. That is the Rotom Heat. Yes, the prediction plays. Oh, but we missed. God damn it. You. Oh, God. Oh. This is what I hate about this. I made the right call, but I missed Stone Edge. Oh my God. Why does this happen? I'm going to go for it again, but he's probably going to swap out into fucking Slowbro now that he knows we're physical. Oh, that is so fucking frustrating, bro. That is so fucking frustrating. We made the right call, but we missed the Stone Edge. That is so frustrating. Oh, come on. That is bullshit. Fuck. That's nuts, bro. That's fucking nuts. That is fucking nuts, though. That, oh. And we miss again. Well, clearly Hacks has something on me this week. Clearly Hacks has something on me this week. Clearly it does. Far out, man. That's bullshit. That is fucking... That's bullshit. That... Oh my god. That... I made the right call, and I get punished not once, but twice. I can't touch him. It's like, I can't win with this. Like... Man, that is so frustrating. That is so frustrating. So can we live this? Yes, we can. And no burn. Well, that's great. Alright. So... Fucking hell, man. That's bullshit. Honestly, that is such hard bullshit. So now I could probably double back. I could probably double back into the misses! Fuck! Like, come on! I made the right calls! And I get punished for it, like, big time. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go for defog. I'm just gonna let Wilma go here. I just do not want the rocks to be here. I don't care. I just do not want the rocks to be here. He's gonna bring back out Rampage. That's fine. I don't care. I don't care. I just don't fucking care. Ah, man, that's so... That really sucks. It really does suck. Because I really tried hard to make that work. It did, to no avail. So at this point, I'm just going to keep going for defaults because I just don't want to have rocks. And I can outstore rocks any day. I outspeed, and now I know that. Okay, well that's nice. Now I know they outspeed. And he's just going to keep going for rocks. I could have gone for 3 Ristoffs, but I didn't know I would have outsped the Torracats. So, I have to misplay my part. And of course, being the first week, you know me. Man, that's so frustrating. Oh, man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, I'm just going to keep going for defaults. I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to keep going for defaults. I don't care if Wilma dies. At this point, there's no point for me to swap out Wilma now. I just want to get rid of those rocks. And... Fucking hell, man, that miss. That was crucial. That miss was crucial because getting rid of that Rotom Heat would have freed up a lot of Pokemon on my team. So, we'll go ahead, go for Defog, and we're just going to keep doing this. If he wants to sit here and keep doing Stealth Rocks, that's fine. I have more Defogs than he has Stealth Rocks, so I can just sit here and do this all day. I think, I hope. 24. Let me just quickly double check that. How many moves does Stealth Rock have? Pokemon, Stealth. Max 32, so he has more oh my god, don't tell me that, fuck. So now I've realised that he's gonna have more fucking Stealth Rocks than I do. The only thing I could do is just possibly just try to wait out the Sandstorm and then swap in. That's the only thing I think I can do, but it's these fucking rocks that's gonna be an issue. Alright, Sandstorm is subsided. I'm just going to go for a Roost here, because if he's just going to keep going for Stealth Rocks, I can try to somewhat get my stamina back up and then bring myself back into the game somehow. So the question is, did he go for Stealth Rocks again? Yes, he did, and he failed. Great. So we can kind of try to make this work. Now that he's trying to pretty much keep the rocks, I'm pretty much trying to keep the rocks up. So basically, if anything, I'm on the ropes here, but at the same time, it's good for me because now I can actually use this opportunity to go ahead and heal up Wilma. So, through some dumb luck, I've actually managed to find that I can actually keep the rocks off and stall out his defogs at the same time. So he now goes for Stone Edge, and that's probably going to go ahead and get the kill. We're on 1 HP. Really? Okay, okay. Well, I'll just keep boosting up. If he wants to go ahead and set up the Stealth Rocks again, it's pretty much going to bring us back to the stalemate again. So that's fine with me. If he wants to do this, that's fine. If he wants to do that, that's fine. Now, the only thing he's really worried about now is if I'm going to go ahead and go for a second roost or just get rid of the rocks. So I'm just going to go for another roost here. Because at this point, there's no point for me going for defaults if he's just going to go for the Stone Edge. And if he goes for Stone Edge, then it works for us. The fact that we left on 1 HP though is pretty funny, I will say. So we go ahead, roost up again. So if he wants to go ahead and go for Stone Edge, it's not going to do as much damage if we were a flying type. So he's just going to go for Stealth Rock again. So this actually works out for us pretty well that we've now managed to get our Mandibuzz back up to full health. We'll go ahead and start defogging again because, again, we have no reason not to. Can't go any lower. So basically now, whatever move we go for, pretty much has to hit. It pretty much has to hit. And it sucks that pretty much I'm forced to do this. So what I can do here is I can try to go for a foul play and try to kind of scout for when he's going to go for a move. So I'm going to go for a foul play. I want to see what kind of attack power he has. Not much, but we're still doing a little bit of damage. If you want to... Oh, okay, he goes for Stone Edge. Okay, that's fucked. But that's fine at the same time because now we can just try to keep going for roosts and defaults. And we can combine, and we've actually found a strategy. So this actually works out pretty well for us. So we can actually outstall this Tyranitar, which works for us. Now that we've kind of discovered a way to try to get around the whole sitting here doing nothing. And he misses a Stone Edge, so I think that's, I mean, about time, right? You know. So I'm going to go for a defog right now. If he doesn't go for rocks, that's fine. But if he wants to try to, if he burns out of Stone Edges, I don't know what else he would have to kind of hurt me here. So we've got Stealth Rocks, Stone Edge, and Slowbro we've seen so far has Scold. So that's all we've had so far. But this has been a pretty funny match just to get things started. I can't believe that it's come down to this. So he's going to go ahead and swap out now. And he's going to go ahead and bring in Tasty, the Rotom Heat. Which I kind of had a feeling he was going to go ahead and do that. Now, the question is going to be, is he going to go for the Will-O-Wisp or is he going to go for something else? So, we're going to probably go ahead and swap out now. Now, the thing is, if he goes for an electric type attack, that's fine. I actually want to see what he wants to do, to be honest. Because if he scouts for the swap into Melodic, that could be pretty devastating. But if we swap into Miss Prada, and we can try to get a Mega Evolution off, then that would work out for us. The only thing it's going to be is the Roserade. So, is he going to go for Electric type move or Will-O-Wisp? It's the big question. Battles, people, battles. Alright, he's going to go for Electric, it hits Aerial, and it hits Wilma. I'm going to go into Miss Prada expecting him to go for the Will-O-Wisp. That's honestly how I feel like that's why he's going with this. So in comes Miss Prada, the Gardevoir, and we're going to see Will-O-Wisp come through. So we made the right play. Perfect. Alright, so now we've seen that Rotom Heat has Will-O-Wisp. And that's fine. At this point, that's really all we could afford. So I'm going to go ahead now and Mega Evolve. Wow, I've never seen the Mega Evolution thing here before. And I'm going to go for a Side Shock because I have a feeling he's going to try to swap into something especially defensive. So if the Roserade tries to get the swap in on the Hyper Voice, then the Side Shock is going to work out wonders. But he now knows I'm going to try to predict here. So he may just stay in to take the Side Shock if he believes I have the Side Shock or if I have Psychic. So it's coming now. It's just coming down to what he thinks I'm going to do. If he thinks I'm going to go for Side Shock, if he can Slowbro, that could be pretty catastrophic, to say the least. But we've made the right call going to Miss Prada to anticipate the Will-O-Wisp, and I'm just trying to stay calm right now. But God, this battle is just keeping me on edge at the moment. If he actually swaps into Tyranitar, that'd be pretty scary. So, the question becomes, what does he do? He could actually swap into Escadrille as well. If he's Escadrille's Choice Scarfed, then that could be pretty annoying, actually, now that I think about it. So, what does he decide to do? Oh my god, just the pressure, people. It's the pressure. The pressure does get to you. You do think about all these things, especially when it comes to Wi-Fi battle, and you make guesses. And I missed a Stone Age that was more crucial than his one. Like, his Stone Age would have just brought us back. So he's going to stay in. We're going to go ahead and Mega Evolve. So the question becomes, let's see what this Random Heat wants to do. So we are going to go for Psy Shock. Let's see how much damage it does to a Random Heat. It does a little bit under half, so I'm going to assume that that is a that is physically defensive based off. Well, I mean, I don't have max special attack, but I do have quite a bit. But he must have a bit of special defensive investment. And like I said, if I was to have a guess what's going to get brought in right now, it would have to be either the Tyranitar that's Choice Scarfed, or it's not Choice Scarfed. What am I talking about? It's not Choice Scarfed. We've already confirmed that. Okay, so Will-O-Wisp and False Switch. So we're just keeping track of these things here as we go about. And Gemma, which is probably the Escadrille. It's the Lopunny. Okay. So something tells me this Lopunny is going to have some sort of move that's just going to blow us away. The question is what? So I'm going to go ahead and swap into Wilma. Wilma just seems to be the only answer at this point to Gemma, because he's going to have to Mega Evolve. Because the rules of PMC is if you have a Mega, you actually have to keep it in on the turn. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring in the Mandibuzz. That's going to pretty much be our answer for this this Lopunny. And we'll see how we go about this. Like, I know Return's going to probably do a hell of a lot. Actually, Hydro King's probably going to be the worst of it all, to be honest. But let's see what happens. So we're going to go to Mandibuzz. He's going to go to Return. Let's see how much damage it does to a max defense. We take that pretty goddamn well. Look at that. That's freaking insane. So now, seeing that's how much damage a Return does, so Mega Lopunny Return. I'm going to go ahead and just go for the Roost, because even if he goes for another Return, we're still going to tank that pretty well. If he wants to go ahead and bring back in Tyranitar, we've already seen that that's fine. I can take that, no problem. Again, just comes down to what he planned, or what does he think I'm going to do. So he can see that I can take a Return pretty well, and now he knows that my Mandibuzz is pretty much his answer for Mega Lopunny. So once Mandibuzz goes down, we'll have a bit of a problem taking on that the Lopunny. So we just got to play our cards right and just be very careful with this. So, but honestly, guys, this has been such a blast. Honestly, playing this battle, getting back into the rhythm of battling. So he's going to go ahead and swap out here, and he's going to bring back in Tasty the Rotom. So pretty much, he's just probably going to just go for either the Will-O-Wisp again or the Volt Switch. If I had to guess, I'll probably say the Volt Switch more so. But we go ahead and get a free Roost off, and we're going to see leftovers. Okay, so now we know that Rotom Heat has leftovers. Alright, now comes the question of what does he think, what is he going to do? So he could try to Will-O-Wisp again, and I mean, if he does, that's fine. It's just the stress of it. Fuck. Okay, so if he goes for Will-O-Wisp again, I'm going to... No, he would predict that. He'd probably predict that and go for the straight up for the Volt Switch. So I'm just going to stay in, and I'm going to go for... I'm just going to go for the Roost. I'm going to predict him to go for the Volt Switch, as he does. Fantastic. So he predicted that correctly. We did take quite a bit of damage. He's going to go ahead and swap out here. So that was fantastic. So we predicted him to go for Volt Switch, and it was successful. So he probably just expected us to kind of, you know, go away. But we decided to stay in, which is fantastic, and we can just sit here and Roost up again and get a free hit on whatever comes in here. So, it's just all the... Attention, people, attention. This is... Rampage is going to come back in, which is the Tyranitar, so he's going to pretty much try to get back on the rocks again, and I don't like the fact he's going to try to do that, so we go ahead and get the free Roost off here. I don't like playing Stall, but unfortunately this is what I'm forced to do against an opponent of this caliber. This is what I'm forced to do. So I'm going to go ahead now and go for a foul play. I'm going to try to keep Brave Bird hidden. So if he decides to go ahead and go for try to go for something else, he's going to go ahead and try to set up those rocks again, and I'm going to say, boy, mate, you could do that all you want. I got no time for that. I got no time for that whatsoever. So we pretty much are forced to play this game of cat and mouse. It's like, well, you're going to do this, well, I'm going to do that. You're going to do this, I'm going to do that. You know, it's back and forth, back and forth. So we're just going to go ahead and go for the defog again. The question is, does he predict us to do that again? No, he goes straight up for the Stone Edge. And okay, he did a little bit more damage this time around than he did before. So I'm just going to go ahead and go for the risk because we have no reason. If he runs out of Stone Edges, actually I should have kept how many Stone Edges he has, because once he runs out of Stone Edges, he's got nothing that could really hurt us. And again, it just comes down to Stealth Rock versus Default. So now the question is, does he predict me to go for the default now? So I'm just going to go for the default. Look, I have to play it safe. At this point, I can't risk leaving rocks on here. I mean, we're running out of time here. He's going to go swap out. He's going to probably bring back in Tasty. Yep, pretty much could have guessed that. But I'm going to go ahead and go for the default, and he's pretty much going to burn out his own Rotom here. So this is actually pretty interesting to see that the fact that he's keeping it in there. So oh, it subsided. Oh, how convenient on that turn of all things. But if he burns me, that's going to be the bitch. If he burns me, that's going to be the bitch. Is if he burns me. So all my Pokemon though are physical, like except for like one other Pokemon. And if he goes for Volt Switch and goes into, if he Volt Switches into the Lopunny, then he could just do predictions with me all day. So it's risky though. It's risky because if he goes for Will-O-Wisp and I just get fucked, then I get fucked. But if he goes for Volt Switch, I don't want to hit it on my Blue Barney. I don't want to hit Blue Barney. Fuck, this is so hard! Oh! Fuck it, I'm just gonna go for Foul Play again. Even if he will-risk me, it doesn't matter. If he wants to... Okay, so he went for the Volt Switch again. So, I could have... Oh, that was a crit, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. Wow! Really? Okay, well, fuck. Alright, well, that's kind of annoying, because now he could probably swap in the Lopunny here and probably go ahead and get the kill. He's gonna swap back into Rampage. So I think he's just trying to scout it out for when I'm going to swap out the Vandabuzz here. But I'm going to go ahead, whittle it back down again. Now I think I'm good to go ahead. Now that the oh fuck, but then the stones are going to be an issue again. Shit. Difficult because I can just sit here and roost, and that's fine because I'm going to sit here. It's just going to be a giant stall battle, but unfortunately this is what I have to do. I don't like doing this, but it's what I'm forced to do at this point in the battle. So I'm going to go ahead and get my HP back up. He's going to go for the Stone Edge. That's not going to do anything to me, which is fine because of that. So I'm going to go ahead now, and now I'm safe. Now I'm safe. So I'm going to swap now into Blue Barney because now he didn't go for Stealth Rocks. Now I'm safe to go ahead and swap into Nidoking, and even if he sets up rocks again, I can still take a hit off the Mandibuzz now that that's what's going to happen. So in comes that. He does go for Stealth Rocks again, and now it's just a matter of what's he going to do now. So I'm going to go for a Mega Horn. Now if he wants to go ahead and bring in the Slowbro, that's fine. He's going to go ahead and swap out. Is he going to bring in Slowbro? Yes, he does. And we have Mega Horn, so that's fantastic. So let's go for the Mega Horn now. We do have it. Let's see how much damage it does. That does a little bit over half. We're going to see Sandstorm and the Poison come through. But then obviously that means he's going to swap out, because he obviously knows he can't handle 2 Mega Horns. So if he thinks that we're Scarves, the question is, what's he going to swap into? He's probably going to swap into the Rotom Heat. And if he swaps into Rotom Heat, then we should be good to swap in for Aerial to go for the Scald, because it should outspeed a... What does it outspeed? Hang on. So, base speed is 86. What's the base speed of Melodic? Hang on. Melodic? What is your base speed? Base speed is 81, so we're going to be slower. So either way, he's going to be faster than us. So he's probably going to swap out. 9 times out of 10, he's going to swap. It's evident he's going to swap. My question is, what do I got to swap into that's going to do some work here? So I'm going to swap into Aerial, expecting him to swap out into the into Rotom Heat. At this point, I think that's really all he can do, unless he's decided to let the Slowbro go. That's the only thing I can think of. If he decides to let the Slowbro go, then that's what's going to happen. So he's going to swap out, he's going to bring in Tasty. So perfect, we made the right call there. So in comes the Rotom Heat, the Sandstorm's going to subside. Now, one of two things can happen. He could either go for the Volt Switch again, which I think is going to be what he's going to do. And we're just going to go for the... we're just going to go ahead and go for... Because if he Volt Switches into Slowbro, he could just sit in front of us. That's the problem. He can just sit there in front of us. So I'm going to go ahead and swap. But then what's the point of that? There'd be no point of that. Actually, hold on. There is a point of that. I'm going to swap into Horsepower, expecting him to go for the Volt Switch. And we'll see if we can try and land a Toxic on Tasty. Which actually would be pretty good if we can land that. That would be awesome. So in comes Horsepower, and we're going to see Volt Switch come through, but it's not going to affect us. So fantastic. So he is going to get some health back, which is fine. But now one of two things happens. Either he predicts us to go for the Toxic and swaps out, which I think would probably be the safe play for him, or he just goes for the Will-O-Wisp just for the heck of it. So I'm just going to go for a Toxic again. If he wants to burn me, that's fine. I'm just going to go for Toxic, and Toxic is going to be a lot more longer lasting than the Will-O-Wisp. So in essence, this is just scaring out the Rotom Heat. So it's actually pretty cool that I have Toxic on this to scare out the Tasty. Oh, excuse me. Whew. Just, you know, all over the place. He's going to go for a Will-O-Wisp, so that's fine. So he's going to go for a Will-O-Wisp, that's fine. I'll take being burnt on Horsepower, and I'll go ahead and Toxic you, and that's fine. I would rather have you Toxic than have me burnt. That's honestly, I'm okay with that. If you think that I'm bad by that, the poison's going to eventually get to you. So if anything, I think it's just going to even out the leftovers. So that's going to happen, and then we go ahead. We are burnt, but unfortunately Horsepower really can't do too much in this battle anyway. So the question now becomes, what do we do now? So the question is he going to swap out, or is he going to go for something? So I'm just going to go for a close combat, just so I can see what he wants to do here. If he brings a Tyranitar, that's beautiful. If he brings a Tyranitar, or even the Lopunny, even though I'm burnt, it should still do some damage with the close combat. He might predict me to swap. That's the other thing as well. So it's definitely interesting. Definitely interesting, to say the least. So we've got the poison on both the Slowbro and the Slowbro and the Rotom Heat. Although he could swap into Roserade and just try to go for the Aromatherapy, and that would just undo every... Jose, that's the Roserade. That is the Roserade. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, so that's going to do next to nothing, and I've got a feeling he's got the Aromatherapy on the Jose, and I think he was probably waiting for this. And he's got the Black Sludge. God damn it. Okay, so this is kind of bad. This is actually kind of all kinds of bad right now. So I'm going to go ahead and swap into I'm going to swap into Miss Prada, and I'm just going to see what he wants to do here, because I could bring in Mandibuzz, but I don't know what Jose... I think he's got the... Straight up, I think it does have the Aromatherapy, which is why I think he brought it in at this point, where he knows that I can't do too much damage to him. So I probably should have predicted that, but I didn't. So we're probably going to see that Aromatherapy come right about now. Am I correct? Are we going to see Aromatherapy? Here goes the Sludge Bomb. Oh, he predicted us, and he worked. Oh dear, he predicted us. Oh. Ah! He predicted us, and Yep, we paid for it. We lost the Mego. Fuck. And there's a communication error. What the fuck? What happened? I don't understand. Oh my god. Why did this happen? Why? I'm still online. What the hell? Alright, we'll be right back and we'll try to figure out something. We'll be back. Okay, we are back in this match here for our matchup against Jose against the Grimsby Grimers. We've now decided, we've come back now and we can see now obviously what our opponent is. So we've brought it back, we've done everything as best as we can to try and get things set up to get as best as we can. Unfortunately though, that wasn't the case. So unfortunately, we've kind of revealed that we have leftovers, which I hope he doesn't take into account. We've seen Sludge Bomb do a lot of damage. I'm going to go ahead and go for a substitute play. He's going to go ahead and swap out here. He's going to bring in his Yuck, his Slowbro here, as we go ahead and go for the substitute. So that actually works out fantastic for us. So we're going to go ahead, sit in here. We can do a lot of setting up here. So that actually works out for us. The fact that Slowbro is a little bit burnt is fantastic because now we can just sit in front of the Slowbro and set up the home claws. So it took a bit of effort to get us back to where we are, but at the end of it, we finally got around to it. So the main thing is that that's the important thing. So now we're pretty much back in a situation where the Slowbro's here, but now we've managed to get ourselves a substitute. I'm actually surprised he didn't think we were going to go for an Ice Beam, but the fact that we managed to get a free substitute off is fantastic. So we've got the substitute up here. Now, the only issue is going to be, of course, if he decides to bring in that Escadrille, because the Escadrille can just sit there and be a huge problem for us. Because everything that we have on our move set is resisted or not affected by it. So we have to be very careful that he doesn't decide to bring the Escadrille. If he decides to bring the Escadrille, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. Now, if he decides to stay in with the Slowbro, then that works out for us. We can just sit here, keep going for home claws, and we can possibly get ourselves set up for a kill. But again, then the low punny comes in and then that's a problem. So if we can kill the Slowbro, keep the substitute up, fantastic, because nothing on his team can outspeed unless he has a Choice Scarf Escadrille. So now he's probably debating on what I'm planning to do here. But now he sees that we're behind the sub. He's thinking, am I going to go for a Fusion Bolt? Am I going to go for a setup move? He doesn't know. So, you know, all he can do is just hope for the best here. Unfortunately, like I said, this had come because obviously we had a bit of a connection issue, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. So we stay in here. We're going to go for home claws, which is fantastic. So it doesn't mean that we not only do we have more attack, but we have more accuracy. So if he tries anything, he goes for counter. Oh, you sneaky guy! He has counter. Okay, counter. That's Kudos on that one. So that's fantastic. So he's pretty much given us a free turn to sit here and go for home claw. So we're just going to go for home claws again. If he wants to keep going for counter, that's fine. I'll just sit here and just keep going for the home claws. He's that set on going for this counter play. Side shock. Okay, so now he's kind of stopped doing that. Okay, hopefully this doesn't break the substitute. Don't break the substitute. Okay, okay. That's good, that's good. As long as we keep the substitute up, that's great. So now he's pretty much giving me the opportunity to go ahead and set up. Now that we know, actually, you know what? We can just sit here and just go for another home claws. Honestly, we're in no jeopardy of just saying for another home claws. This way, we can set up the kill. Because now he's leaving us with enough to try to go ahead and get some damage done. Now, he can try to break, but then we just go for substitute again. So we're just going to sit here and just keep going for home claws. So this is fantastic. This is actually the best case scenario. And Side Shock. He's going to go for Side Shock again. And this one's probably going to break the substitute. Yep, it does. So our sub play is actually coming in clutch at this point. It's coming in pretty goddamn clutch. So we can just sit here and just try and toxic. Look how much damage that's insane. That is absolutely insanity right there. So the fact that we got the substitute play off is just phenomenal, which I think is it's crazy that we've got that much damage off just from the toxic that we had on Mudsdale, so that our plays are actually paying off. So, oh my gosh! Now he's going to go ahead and swap out here. He's going to go ahead and probably bring in Tasty. So Tasty is the Rotom Heat, and we're going to go ahead to set up the substitute again, so he can't try any sneaky business with us. No. That's not going to happen with me, not today. But I don't know how much damage, well, I actually don't know how much damage we can do this random heat. I think we're at +3, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know how much damage a +3 Dragon Claw is going to do. Plus, if he wants to go for overheat, so we've gone for 3 Hone Claws. Do I think he's going to go for Pain Split? Something tells me he has Pain Split. So I'm just going to go for a Hone Claws. He might be trying to expect me to try to go for... he might try to expect me to go for a move, and then he brings down to low health, and then he goes to Pain Split. But in this situation, if he decides to do that, it actually gives us health. So we're going to see an Overheat come through here. So he's pretty much just like, yep, not going to happen. So Overheat, Subdue Fades, that's fine. The special attack is going to drop. That is fine by me. That's absolutely fine by me. That's what you want to do, mate. That's all you. But the fact that now, now he's at -2 special attack. If we can sit behind a substitute before that low punny comes out, we're in range to just go ahead and just blow away his team. Now, again, pretty crazy how the situations came to be. But I think he's just trying to burn off the substitutes, just make sure we don't have a substitute. So we're just going to go in here, go for another substitute. Now he's -2 special attack. Let's see how much a Volt Switch does. Volt Switch should not break it. It's resisted, and he's got -2 special attack. I was going to say, the only thing that he could have done to possibly do something is actually to get a crit, and then that could possibly break the substitute. But if he wants any chance of winning this now, he has to try to bring in the Escadrille now. So I've got a feeling that his Escadrille is Choice Scarf. If his Escadrille is Choice Scarf, then, you know, we might be in a bit of a problem. But we're at +4 now. +4 Hone Claws with Dragon Claw should do the work to Escadrille, unless he has some HP investment in Escadrille. Then I would have a little bit of cause for concern, because the Escadrille can just sit there and maybe take 1 Dragon Claw. If he takes a Dragon Claw, our pretty much play goes out the window, because we've got enough speed that we can outspeed Escadrille. The only issue is if he's Choice Scarfed. So it's definitely interesting, you know, like, just to have this battle. So, you know, so I'm just waiting for him here. Hopefully, there's no DCs here. That's the last thing we need. We spent so much time trying to recreate this battle, and the last thing we want is another DC. He's just decided he's really thinking hard about this, because now we've got a +4 Kieran Black behind the sub, and we're looking pretty goddamn good right now. So our strategy has come to play, so that's awesome. We managed to get... He's going to bring out Jose, the Roserade. So we should outspeed a Roserade, but again, if he's Roserade, if any one of his Pokemon's Choice Scarfed, then that's going to be his only out. So I'm going to go for a Dragon Claw. Let's see if this Roserade outspeeds. No, he doesn't outspeed. We're just going to go straight up for the Dragon Claw. +4 should kill. Without question. Without question. I was going to say, I'll be very surprised if it doesn't. Okay, so let me just go ahead and make a log down here. I've got to make so Roserade kills Mega Gardevoir, and then Kieran Black kills Roserade. Okay. So that's one down. That's the first one. That is the first one. Alright, we're going to see a good rampaging friend over here, the one that set up all the rocks that gave us so much hell. So we're going to go ahead and go for we're going to go for a Dragon Claw. We should be able to speed. We know that this Torrent is not Choice Scarf, so there's no reason why he should outspeed us. So we're going to go ahead and go for a Dragon Claw. And that's going to get the kill. Fantastic. Kieran Black kills Tyranitar. I think he just wanted to go ahead and get that set up to kind of even out the leftovers, which is a smart move on his part. Probably should have done that first instead of giving up the Roserade, but you know, it is what it is. But I think we are going to go ahead and get ourselves a Kieran Black sweep, which would be pretty awesome for a first week. I mean, you know, getting the Kieran Black, it's a nice revenge for us, considering that we lost to this team in the semi-finals of last season. And we win against him in the first season when it probably doesn't have as much weight as it did in the last battle. So, you know. Alright. Now I'm just waiting for him to make his next decision, because now he's down to 4. And really, the Slowbro is just going to get eaten alive by a Fusion Bolt. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. Because the Toxic plus the Fusion Bolt. But see, I'm afraid of him possibly trying to get around me with a, I don't know, with that counterplay. So I'm just trying to make sure that I can outlive it. So out comes the Lopunny. Oh, he's found a way out of it. Oh boy. Okay. So, he's found a way around it. Ah, shit. I'm gonna go for Dragon Claw. He's gonna outspeed. That's pretty much a guarantee. He's gonna outspeed us. The problem now is that he's gonna leave me open for the Escadrille. And like I said, the Escadrille's Choice Scarfed, I am in a world of trouble. Because it means I lose it. So maybe he's thought of something to kind of get around the Kyurem sweep, the Kyurem Black sweep, at the cost of his Mega. Which, I mean, it definitely sucks for him, but at this point, you know, so he's going to go ahead and Mega Evolve here. He's probably going to go for the return to burn the substitute, which I guess is fine. So here comes the Mega Lopunny. He's going to go for the return, and that's definitely going to break the substitute without question. So substitute fades. We just go straight up for the Dragon Claw, and that's going to take out the Mega Lopunny. So Kyurem Black kills Mega Lopunny. Alright, so now he's going to bring the Escadrille. Now, this is where the wild card comes into it. Now he's going to send Loco. That is the Escadrille. That is the Escadrille. Now, do I think... Oh, wait, shit, you know, he might have an ability. Wait. I completely forgot about his abilities. Wait. He might have Sand Force, actually. Let's see, Sand Rush, Sand Force. He could have one of those. I didn't see Mold Breaker trigger. So he might have Sand Rush to try to outspeed. That could be pretty devastating for us. But at this point, all he has left on his team is the Rotom Heat. The Rotom Heat's still there. Slowbro's still there, and the Escadrille's here. So, do I think he's Sand Rush? I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go for the Dragon Claw. He is, in fact, he's Sand Rush. That has to be Sand Rush. That is Sand Rush in the sun. There you go. So, should probably play for it. So, Escadrille kills Kyurem Black. I should have played for Sand Rush. But I didn't, and now I'm going to pay for it big time. So now I'm going to probably go ahead and bring in Horsepower. Because now he's just going to outspeed everything. I probably should have predicted that. That was so fucking stupid of me. I should have kept the Kyurem Black. But I was being an idiot, you know. Haha. I was being an idiot, you know. I'm going to go for an Earthquake, and more likely he's going to swap into the Slowbro. Why did I go for Earthquake? Why did I do that? He's just going to swap it back out. That's stupid. Now I fucked up again. Well, Chris. Now you're losing it. Now all the momentum that you've had in this battle, you're kind of losing it now. You're giving it away. I fucked up, man. Seriously. Oh. All I had to do was just swap it. I lost my bracelet. My bracelet's gone. So all I had to do was swap it out. He goes for Swords Dance. Oh, he's setting up to sweep. This guy is that confident. We're going to go ahead and go for the Earthquake. Even though we are burnt, Earthquake should still do a decent amount of damage to Escadrille. There you go. Look at that. So Leftover's going to come through here. We are burnt, but I mean, if we weren't burnt, we probably would have killed. So, I mean, that's pretty cool that, you know, that's what it is. But now I've got a feeling he's going to try to swap into Rotom Heat. So I'm going to go for a close combat. He goes straight for Earthquake. He's that confident he can kill us. I mean, he probably can. And he does. There you go. So down goes the sandstorm subsides. Alright, so now what I can do now is I'm going to go into Blue Barney over here to try to scare it out, because if he thinks I'm scarfed, I'll try and go for something else. So, Brick Break just seems to be the safest move to go for. If he brings in Slowbro, fine. If he brings in Rotom Heat, fine. But he can't risk losing this. So I'm just trying to think what my options are. Does he risk it or does he swap it out? I'm going to double swap into LevineMa, expecting him to bring in either the Rotom Heat or to bring in the Slowbro. If he brings in Slowbro, that's fine. And a communication error happens again. Fuck! Okay, for the second time now, we have recreated everything up to this point here, and I'm trying to remember exactly where things left off here. So, he's a +2 attack right now, and honestly, I don't know if he's going to try to go for a swap into something like the Rotom Heat or the Slowbro. So, it comes down to what I personally... He knows he can take a Mega Horn, because I've already done a Mega Horn against him, so... do I think he's going to go... That's just the big thing. Does he think I'm going to go for Earthquake? Because if he thinks I'm going to go for Earthquake, he'll just swap into Rotom Heat. Or Slowbro. Fuck, it's a 50-50 chance. It's a 50-50 chance. Slowbro... Well, he's more safe to go for Slowbro, but oh my god, it's so frustrating. Oh. I'm just going to go for a Brick Break. That's what I plan on doing in the first place. Just go for Brick Break. We are speed. We're going to go for Brick Break, and we're going to get the kill. Thank you. Alright. Woo! Alright, so... Yes! Woo! He stayed in. Oh, thank fuck. Okay. So let's add this to the notes now. Nidoking kills Escadrille. And now we're forced to swap out here because basically the Rotom Heat and the Slowbro now have to compete against the rest of my team here. Game. He's going to actually swap straight into this thing here. That's perfect. Perfect. That's perfect. Oh my god. That actually works out so well for us that we did that. Wow. That works out for us. Alright, so then here's what we do now. We're going to go for Mega Horn. We're going to go ahead and possibly get the kill on the Slowbro. Wow, that came in clutch. That swap came in clutch. That swap came in clutch. Oh my god. That swap came in clutch. We're going to go for Mega Horn. No! What? He stayed in? Why? We would have killed him. He went for counter anyway. Fuck it, I'm going to get for Mega Horn again. Fuck it. He really thinks he can survive it? Sure, go ahead. So he's going to bring in Rotom Heat now. Let's see how much damage a Mega Horn does. With the poison, is that enough to get the kill? It now comes down to how much damage do I think that is going to do. So, nah, that's not enough. That's not enough. That's not enough. I can't do it. It's not enough. I can't risk it. I can't do it. Oh snap! We're locked in. Fuck. Will risk me. I can't risk it. I can't risk it. I can't risk it. If you will risk me, I'm fucked. If you will risk me, I'm fucked. I can't risk it. It's not worth the risk of getting burnt to make a point. I can't risk being will risked. Fuck that bullshit. No, no, no. Pain split. Perfect. That actually works out for us. He gets a little bit of health back. That's fine. Oh my god, guys, this battle. Just die already! God damn, you piece of shit! He's gonna go for another pain split. He wouldn't. He will-o-wisps, we're fucked. He will-o-wisp, we're fucked. I'm gonna swap, expecting him to go for the Volt Switch, thinking he's gonna get the kill on it. So we're gonna go ahead, swap into... Go for the Barney. Please tell me he didn't go for Will-o-wisp. He went for Volt Switch. Yes! Let's go! Let's fucking go. Alright, let's fucking go. Alright, at this point I have to go for the Mega Horn. I have to go for the Mega Horn. I have to go for the Mega Horn. Either way, if he decides to stay in, that's fine. If he survives long enough, that's fine. But once he Slowbro's locked in, that's it, we win. God, people, this battle. This fucking battle. Oh my god. I'm getting a headache over this battle, it's insane. Oh my god, this battle. Fuck, 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 fuck. Does he stay in? He does stay in. Does Mega Horn get the kill? It doesn't. He goes for Overheat to try to kill the Nidoking. It doesn't kill the Nidoking. It doesn't! Yes! We got this! Oh, thank fuck. Oh my god. And that poison should now get the kill on Tasty. That should get the kill on Tasty. There we go. Yes! Let's go! Woo! Rotom Heat is gone to the burn from... So, Rotom Heat dies to poison from the Mudsdale. So the Toxic, like I said, has come in clutch. We go for Mega Horn. I was gonna say we better hit it. Thank fuck. I swear to God, if we didn't hit it, I'll be just like, Jesus fuck, are you serious, bro? And Nidoking was a Slowbro, kills Nidoking. At this point now, we are in the best position possible. We can try to stall out the Slowbro with the Mandibuzz. Oh my god, this battle. Oh my god, and the rocks are gone too. That's what's making me more relaxed now, is knowing that those rocks are gone. Those rocks are gone, they can't do nothing. The only thing he could have as his last move is Slack Off, and he's probably waiting for this moment to release it. Are we going to see his fourth move right now? Nope, it's just going to go for Scald. So that poison is slowly chipping away, slowly chipping away. You know what? I'm going to kill the Mudsdale. Mudsdale with the Toxic really came into clutch this battle. Oh my god. Woo! Jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. Oh, this battle, this fucking battle. And to think this is just week one. Fire Blast. That's what the fourth move was. That's what the fourth move was. It was Fire Blast. So he was preparing for Fire Blast this whole time. Oh, but wait, one of my team is worried about Fire Blast. That would wall this thing. I'll have to look at my team afterwards, but I'm going to let it die to the poison. I don't give a damn. You know, I'll give the kill to Mudsdale, and Mudsdale definitely came in clutch with that Toxic. That Toxic, oh my god, has definitely come through. The Fire Blast is going to come through again. And Slowbro is going to die to poison. So Slowbro dies to poison. And we win against the Season 3 champs from last season. Woo! Ah! Alright. Oh my god. Woo. What an intense week 1 battle. Fuck, I don't know what to say about that. We're saving the goddamn replay, but I don't know the replay's going to do too much, considering it's broken up to 3 pieces. But anyways, you guys, that's going to be us for this first week of the PMC. Stay tuned for next week for the PMC. We have a terrific start. Good game to Grimsby Grimers. And until next time I see you guys, stay safe, stay sharp, and I'll catch you guys all next time. Later.